Welcome back, friends. Here's something I want you to consider. Imagine that you're submitting an important part of your college application, but you're not allowed to read it or even see it. It almost sounds like an anxiety dream to me, except this is not a bad dream or a thought exercise, folks. It is the process for your college recommendation letters. That may sound kind of stressful. It is kind of stressful, but there are two facts that I hope will give you personal solace. Fact number one, your teachers are used to getting these types of requests and they understand how important your college recommendation letters are, folks. They know the drill. Fact two, you're not powerless here. There are concrete things that you can do to ensure that you get the best possible letters of recommendation, and that's what we're going to cover together today. One of the most important things that you can do to secure solid letters of recommendation is to plan ahead. Now, I just don't mean plan ahead on being a good student or a good person. By all means, you should do that. These are extremely important. But in this context, I mean plan ahead for your recommendation letters specifically. As soon as you winnow down your list of best fit schools, look up their requirements for letters of recommendation and then create a spreadsheet and fill in the information that's important, like the following. How many letters do you actually need? Which teachers? Some programs may want a letter from at least one math teacher or teachers in two different subject areas. When are they due? How should the letters be submitted? Should you submit them online or need they be mailed into the school? Is there anything else that you need to note particular to that school? Mark it on that sheet. As soon as you have that spreadsheet, start asking. Right out of the gate, your senior year is a great time. If you can ask at the end of your junior year, even better. But your teachers should have at least a month's notice before that first due date. And speaking of requirements, I'd be remiss if I didn't note that you shouldn't submit any letters of recommendation beyond what a college asks for unless the college has said that this is optional or permitted. Now, that leads me to my next tip about whom to ask. In a nutshell, folks, you want to ask wisely. Part of planning ahead entails building relationships with teachers as early as your first year in high school and then staying in touch with those that you like most. So here are things to consider when you're asking. How recently did you study with that teacher? If the answer is freshman year, you're probably going to want to find a teacher who's had you in class more recently. Ideally during your junior year, and even better during high school in one or more classes in one or more years. What subject does that teacher teach? It's important for two reasons. For starters, you'll probably want to get letters of recommendation not only from math teachers or only from English teachers. It'd be great if you can show that you excelled in more than one academic discipline. Another reason, and this is on the other side of the same coin, is that if you're applying to a school or a program with a particular focus or declaring a possible future major on your college admission application, you'll want to show that you're aces in that field specifically. So if you're applying to MIT, it'd be curious if you didn't have a recommendation letter from a math or science teacher. Now, in fact, MIT requires one from a math or science teacher and another from a humanities, social sciences, or a language teacher. But even if that weren't a requirement, you'd be well served to nab a letter of recommendation from someone who's an expert in the field that you hope to study. Now, if you're not sure whom to ask, feel free to discuss your options with your college counselor. You can also schedule a free college consultation with us at the Princeton Review. Finally, if you're not sure, you can ask directly to that prospective recommender about whether they feel comfortable writing a letter on your behalf. If they say no, well, that's helpful information for you to have. You can't know exactly what your recommenders are going to say in so many words, but you should feel comfortable and confident that they're going to say something awesome. And this leads me to my third essential tip for getting a great letter of recommendation. Help your recommenders help you. Here's what I mean. Give your teachers all the materials that they'll need, along with a cover note thanking them and providing a list of the schools, the due dates, and any additional information they might need. And if they'll be submitting anything on paper, provide them an addressed and a stamped envelope to send in your letter of recommendation. In a nutshell, folks, streamline this process for them. You should also put together a high school resume and give that resume to your recommenders. It should have a list of your extracurricular activities that you've participated in from first year till now, and any jobs that you've held, your accomplishments, your awards, your skills, and anything that might suit that letter of recommendation. If you have a copy of your college essay draft, provide that for them too. And if you've got copies of any graded work from that teacher's class, include those as well. It'll be helpful for the teacher to be reminded about the quality of your work and about the praise that your work earned for you from them at that time. Above all else, folks, be kind and considerate when interacting with your teachers. You're essentially assigning them homework, so be sure to be mindful of the time and the effort investments that you're requesting of them. And be sure to say thank you. A handwritten note after your letters have been submitted is not only appropriate, we believe it's essential. A token gift even after your letters have been submitted is also nice, but not a necessary touch. Remember that your letters of recommendation are yet another opportunity for you to shine. Seize that opportunity and be glad and grateful that your teachers are singing your praises. Sometimes it's actually easier to let somebody else give a compliment to you than to compliment yourself. So revel in it, folks. If you leave yourself enough time and preparation, this process can be seamless, and I'm going to say it out loud, fun. Folks, as you walk down memory lane, recalling your favorite academic essays and assignments and thinking about your accomplishments and preparing the materials for your recommenders, I hope that you'll take a moment to feel proud about all that you've done so far and all that you're going to do next. As always, folks, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more tips on getting into your dream college. See you here the next time.